Hey, it's Robin from Rose and Lily. A few of you wanted a gnome pattern, so I designed this little guy. Because he's made with chunky yarn, he works up really quickly. I like using neutral colors, but he would look really good with Christmas colors too. First, you'll need some chunky or super chunky plush yarn in a color for the hat and then a color for the body. You'll also need some medium weight yarn for the nose and then in white for the hair. Then you'll also need a USG crochet hook as well as a USE crochet hook and a yarn needle, scissors, polyfill, and then if you would like him to stand up, you'll need some weights like marbles, pebbles, or beans. And then I always suggest using stitch markers. The stitches you'll need to know beforehand are magic ring, single crochet, slip stitch, increase, and invisible decrease. We're going to start with the hat, and I'll be using this pink plush yarn and the G crochet hook. In round 1, we're doing 6 single crochet in a magic ring. And I'll link my tutorial for how I like to do the magic ring at the top of the video. Pull the ring tight, and then I always use stitch markers at the end of each round. In round 2, we are doing a single crochet into each stitch from round 1. This means we're just doing 6 single crochet a round. This is the point of the hat, so just keep folding it backwards as you're working. So that was round 2, and rounds 3 and 4 will be exactly the same. So that's just 6 single crochet a round for each. In round 5, we're going to start increasing. So we first do a single crochet, and then into the next stitch we do 2 single crochet, which is an increase. And we do that all the way around, so a single crochet followed by an increase. This brings us up to 9 stitches in round 5. Now because I'm using plush yarn, the magic ring is very secure, so I'm just going to tuck the end in. If you're using slippery yarn, you might need to weave in the ends when you do magic rings. In rounds 6 to 7, so that's 2 rounds, we just do 9 single crochet a round. In round 8, we do 2 single crochet, and then an increase, which is 2 single crochet into the same stitch, and we do all of that all the way around. This will bring us up to 12 stitches in round 8. In round 9, we just do 12 single crochet around. In round 10, we do 3 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that all the way around, which is 3 times in total, to bring us up to 15 stitches. In round 11, we do 15 single crochet around. In round 12, it's 4 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 3 times to get 18. In round 13, we do 18 single crochet around. In round 14, it's 5 single crochet and then an increase. We do that 3 times to get 21. In round 15, it's 6 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 3 times to get 24. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of 24 single crochet around. So that's rounds 16 to 17. After round 17, we remove the stitch marker and close with a slip stitch. Then we can cut the yarn, making sure to leave a tail for sewing onto the head later. Now we're going to do the head/body, and I'm using beige yarn and the G crochet hook. In round 1, it's 6 single crochet and a magic ring. In round 2, we do 2 single crochet into each stitch from round 1. This means we're doing 6 increases in total, which brings us up to 12 stitches. In round 3, it's a single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 6 times to get 18 stitches. In round 4, it's 2 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 6 times to get 24. In rounds 5 to 10, so that's 6 rounds, we just do 24 single crochet a round, and I'll do these 6 rounds off camera. In round 11, we're going to start decreasing. So we start with 2 single crochet, and then we do an invisible decrease. And we do all of that 6 times to bring us down to 18 stitches. In round 12, we do a single crochet and then a decrease, and we do that all 6 times to get 12. Now, if you want him standing up, you'll need to add some weights to the bottom, and I'm just adding a few pebbles. And then fill the rest of the way with your stuffing. In round 13, we do 6 decreases in a row. This will bring us down from 12 stitches to 6. Then we can cut the yarn, making sure to leave a bit of a tail for sewing that hole closed. Now you can close the hole any way you like, because it will be covered by the hat. But I like to close it by going through the front loops of the last 6 stitches. Then pull tight to close the hole and insert the yarn into the piece into a few different places to secure it. Thanks for watching part 1 of the Gnome tutorial. I'll put the link to part 2 in the description box. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep track of all my latest videos.